Today I'm doing a formal analysis of American Gothic by Grant Wood. In this artwork, there are many straight lines on the house, tools, and the clothing. As you can see through here, these lines are all very straight. The tools is very straight, and the clothing through here, very, very straight. There are curved lines to the arches of the windows, as well as the facial features on the eyes, the eyebrows, all throughout the lips, and so on and so forth. The implied lines on the woman really shows the direction in which she's looking. She's looking off into the distance towards the right of the audience, while the man stares directly at the audience. There are many different geometric shapes, such as the circles on her clothing all through here, and the pendant, as well as the rectangular shape of the windows, as you see here, ovular shapes, triangle of the house, the A-frame house, so many different shapes and circles and triangles all throughout this geometric artwork. So there's implied texture, the smoothness of the woman's hair, it lays very flat, but also the dullness of their skin kind of can help you, the dullness, it really makes you feel like you could touch the painting and feel how dull their skin is just because of the implied texture. So there's low contrast in this artwork. Grant Wood really did a lot of browns and neutral colors. There's some shading to give the characters some value all through here, kind of to show his age some more, and really to show kind of she is young, but also her despair with all the shading and her state that she's in. So there's some secondary color used here with the green for the trees and the plants all through here, and also it appears to be the blinds hanging over the door and windows over here. There's neutral colors with the browns and the shades of their skin and the lighter color of the housing and the roofing, and then there's the primary color, blue, for the sky, and then the achromatic color of black of the men's jacket and the woman's shirt. This really draws your attention to the characters because it is so dark up against these lighter toned neutral colors. So there's a lot of unity in the shapes of the characters. They're all very similar, but there's a variety in the lines of the house, but there's really not a whole lot. Everything is very similar. Emphasis is mainly placed on the character because they are so large and they're centered, and their grim faces really captivate you, but the subordination is kind of just a location because it's kind of in the background of the two main characters. Directional force is really strong in this artwork. You've got the woman looking very sternly to the what would be her left, but to our right, and then the man is looking directly at the audience. So it really shows you what they're focusing on and how stern their faces really are. So there's repetition in the lines of the housing all through here, and the pattern of the woman's dress. She has circles all over her dress. There's a lot of contrast with the clothing of the characters up against that white house because the characters' clothing is very dark. It is approximately symmetry. It's not exactly centered, but it's pretty close to being centered. It's still a little bit to the left, but it's pretty close to being centered. And then it's a 78 by 65.3 centimeters, which is roughly 30 1/4 inch by 25 1/4 inch. So it's not extremely big, but it's not very small either. 30 inches you think is a little over 2 feet, and 25 inches is pretty much right there, a little bit over 2 feet as well. So it's not massive, but it is a good size artwork that Grant Wood conducted. And it says, "My works cited."